How many times do you guys think that Hex is going to be cosplaying Batman, where he forgets to turn his lights back on and the camera goes like, wait, what?
Yeah, it would not be out of character for me, would it? Like, I forget things oftentimes here and there. If you've seen me run production in solo cast, you know that I forget overlays on and off. So making sure that I hit my lights on and off would be a little bit challenging. But it does seem like a good idea based on how fatigued my eyes feel right now.
Alrighty,
hey,
while
man.
we are in game, it is Temple of Anubis. This is going to be one of the final battlegrounds of the evening. What a long evening it's been. Usually we pride ourselves on having a quick, efficient tournament, but when every game is so good, when every series is going to full threes and long games at that, it takes a longer time. Shadow fell asleep, they say. Uh-oh.
I mean, maybe they're messing with me, but I'm like, I'm gonna go to the lobby anyway, just in case. I don't know, you know.
Well, don't wait. We'll wait. We can wait until like the last 5 seconds. They're saying never mind, ready. So Shadowburn has woken up. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Or are they just gonna go 5v6? Like I don't.
I mean, like I hit my button to like bring up the screen and maybe go back to lobby, but I didn't go all the way back.
Shadowburn has awoken.
All right, so we're all set. Okay.
You just see the fatigue in his fingers as he handles those golden shurikens. Literally throwing gold away, Hex.
Well, I was actually hoping that something else would give me like my second win too, because I really wanted to see a Junkrat. We haven't seen any Junkrat tonight, and I thought maybe on Anubis. Not the case.
Not the case, in the least.
Alright, so they're going to run this kind of very standard defense where they hold onto ledge and try to get some poke in, but they do try to segment off Factor Fiction as he jumps in on the Winston. So far bloodless as they rotate through, being very kind of squad down there. Factor Fiction takes on Spall early. Wow, what an offense.
This is quite the early strike coming out from FaZe, getting everything they want and more. Just really good Winston Genji synergy. This is what happens. You get laid up, you start like merging things. Like it's not Winston or Genji, it's Winsty. Either way,
I like it.
They're gonna quickly get onto the point. Is the moral of the story here? Just very good mechanical pickoffs coming from FaZe, rolling through the Tempo Storm team, and now. You want to talk about ult momentum? They almost have Primal Rage, Dragon Blade, and Pulse Bomb. This is where it can go from bad to worse, where a team with this ult momentum can go in from first, get to second, and set a radically fast time.
This happens a lot in Anubis when you're running an offensive tracer, especially, is that you're going to have Pulse Bomb up and ready. In fact, Fiction is going to rotate in here. If they can get this fight, this is the fight they want. They want to be able to roll 1 to 2 and get this advantage. Shadowburn Zom's already making it at 6v4 right now. There it is, 6v3. That is all in favor of the offense right now.
This is brutality in action right now. FaZe looking nothing but unstoppable as they move in. And this is just terrible for Tempo right now. There's no other way of saying it. Shadowburn's had a heck of a game. Everyone on the FaZe side having a heck of a game. And that, oh man.
It's Tempo as fast as you can take it, yeah.
It's about as quick as you can go, yeah. There's nothing else to say. It was just everything that could have went right for FaZe there went right. They didn't lose any individual one-on-ones. They were well coordinated on their initial dive in, and now 6:24 left on their time bank and 2 points. It's just absolutely brutal. Tempo has a long way to go to even up this game now.
It's going to be tough. What I really like there is like their offense. They kind of mind gamed it towards the last point because most people try to rotate outside of left on last points. But when you know that that's where most people rotate, then you're going to rotate right to try to get out on defense or try to hold it. But they put everyone over there. There was 6 people holding that right side door, and that's where they tried to reinforce them on the defense. And there was no one coming out to try to stall it out because it's like the lesser of 2 doors that people generally go to, and they had it completely locked down. So like part of it was, as you mentioned, their dual play, their individual DPS play. They won all of those. They also mind gamed them a little bit at the end, which was really interesting to see. It looks like Tempo falling back on just like, let's play our best heroes. It's going to be Mangachu coming up on the Pharah again. I'd love to see it.
Mangachu definitely gonna have to get a lot done here, but you take a look at the defense. Too Easy's gonna be on the McCree, so it's not gonna be smooth sailing here for Mangachu. A lot of him playing the Pharah is gonna depend on getting to the back line, dealing with Too Easy pretty early. But remember, now that Ana's a thing in the meta too, the Ana can always shift gears and just lay in shot after shot into the Pharah, and it's not insignificant. So Pharah, she can get helped out by a nano boost if you're running an Ana yourself, but Ana is not necessarily a front to Pharah, despite the family relation there.
It does look like they're going to hold like pretty standard here on the ledge, try to get that chip damage in. You want to put your McCree behind your Reinhardt there and try to just prevent anything they're going with. However, on the offense, they are in combination with this combo. They are going to run a dive comp. That's going to be Mini and Hui on the Winston and Genji, or Winsky as we've called it.
The Winsty combo, yes. Shadowburn not wasting any time. Immediately gets the backline, takes down Nap Time. Bad time to be at mercy as Shadowburn taking down both parts of the pharmacy combo immediately and just rolling forward. It's a triple kill for Shadowburn. He has absolutely been beasting in the series here thus far.
Yeah, crushed. Just Shadowburn already at 80% on his ultimate. So next time they push in, they're going to be pushing into a Samurai Sword. Not exactly what you want there. Went all the way wrong there. Even Mangachu only had 38%. So not even a ton of damage for him going in on the Pharah. So a pretty rough start and already probably behind the 8 ball based on the offense we just saw out of FaZe.
Indeed, and take a look at Shadowburn here. Shadowburn going in on the top, about to have Dragon Blade at the ready, and he doesn't even care. He's going straight for the pharmacy combo. Loses sight of Mercy here, a little bit uncharacteristic, but will take the consolation prize. Gets in onto Lucio. 4 kills here from FaZe. And Tempo, FaZe is supposed to be the tired team here due to the time zones, but Tempo is definitely a team that's looking like they're a bit out of gas.
Well, they've also been playing the entire time, so Tempo, you know, their eyes are burning on the screens. Maybe FaZe was able to go get, you know, a snack or a nap in sometime in there, but nap time does come off of the Mercy. He was at 60%, looked like he was kind of feigning in that he was going to res and died there, so he's going to switch up. They're not running the Mercy or Pharah combo anymore, looking for a little bit more standard, but results are the same as Too Easy takes on Mini very early. And again, this Tempo's team has always, even when they're NG Red, struggled with initiation, and that is coming to bear right now.
It really is. B-Dropped able to take down Factor Fiction early on here. This is the first pick-off that we've really seen coming out from the side of Tempo here on the attack. Shadowburn, though, really not caring, just going in and around. And it is a glorious thing to watch him in action, but finally Mangachu ends the beast, takes him out with the hook. But so many people have died from the Tempo side that they're still going to have to wait to regroup. There might be a short window here where they can push in while Shadowburn's not a factor, but it will be a short window indeed.
I mean, it's kind of a gamble, though. Do you go in with the short window, or do you do the one good push? Because they're about to have an amazing push if they wait on all these ults.
They're going in
right
the short
now,
window. B-Drop going to be looking here for the Graviton. Graviton coming out, pulls in 3. Will the fault be there? Too Easy is able to take down Hui early. Mini goes down as well. And the final hook coming in from Too Easy. Oh my goodness. Who needed a Shadowburn anyways?
I mean, that's tough, because there goes that Graviton, and you were just about to have the whole hog up. You have the Ana ult up. Hui's going to have his up too. I mean, it's not that bad because they didn't burn everything. So the next push will still have some momentum to it and some power to it. But I think they would love to have that Zarya ult to it. Zarya ults win games.
They absolutely would have, and you take a look at Shadowburn right now. It does have Dragon Blade at the ready, sizing up the Tempo team as they move forward. They'll have a few ults to their favor here, but Shadowburn, I don't think he cares. He's challenging them rather directly right now. Dragon Blade certainly soon to come out here in just a moment. Just buying his time, but Mangachu gets the hook, but does not get the follow-up. And now the blade coming out here for the punish will be enough. Graviton setting up Shadowburn, slicing and dicing, moving in. It's a 4K for Shadowburn. And with 30 seconds remaining, Tempo is going to be lucky if they can even force an overtime here.
Spo's going to try to get out, but everyone's got him in his sights. There he goes down there. And anytime I see an ultimate on a Roadhog, I know that that wasn't their first option. I think Roadhog's a great hero, and I think it's fine. Like, maybe when he's ulting, it's okay, but he's only got 4 shots in that clip. It's not the ideal target for an Ana ult, and they had to use it there. So now desperation time as Tempo tries to move in here and gain this first point.
Tempo will at least get in on the overtime, but Spo goes down, Mangachu goes down. It's already a 64. Tempo in all sorts of trouble. Hui, low HP, B-Dropped Mini Hui. They have nothing left in the tank. They will get finished off, and that is going to be a very decisive hold coming up from FaZe. It doesn't get more one-sided than that.
It does not, and I mean, I'm trying to count out the number of kills that Tempo Storm even got there. I can do it on one hand, I think. I think it was less than 5.
It was brutal.
Yeah, that was tough. So perhaps some fatigue coming in there, perhaps just outmatched by this FaZe team. Tempo, again, we've mentioned, is playing with a replacement for their shot caller and main support. Brett Expert is not playing for them tonight. That is Spo, who's been on several rosters. He's a very good player, but it's very difficult to gel with a team that you haven't played with before, especially in that position of being support, being shot caller, stuff like that. So they are definitely playing with a disadvantage right now. And also, like, FaZe is just a really good team. So they're fighting uphill right now, and so far not looking great for them on Anubis. We'll see what their next choice is as far as map goes, but they only have 2 left in the pool.
Indeed. So, next match will be coming up, and I gotta say, this is just not what they were looking for going in. Pretty rough awakening for Tempo, and Tempo looked much better earlier in the day. You think about how they played Complexity, where they played Complexity very tight. Complexity played against FaZe pretty well. I just feel like, for whatever reason, Tempo might be out of gas here. That's my only... I mean, sure, they're playing with subs and all the rest, but they looked much better earlier in the day, so I'm a little surprised. Yeah,
it felt a little bit apathetic, I suppose, coming out of them would be the best terminology. Hollywood or Eichenwald will be the next map. It is going to be Tempo's choice. Well, we'll see how that goes, but... yeah, I don't know. Transitive property doesn't always work in Overwatch. I do believe FaZe is probably one of the best 2 teams in this tournament, so I don't, it's not super surprising to see them beat Tempo. It's surprising to see them beat them in that manner, because not only was their defense like shutout defense, their offense was rolling offense. So a brutal start.
If we went into this and it was one of those cases where FaZe won and they won comfortably, but it was a little bit closer, it seemed like it was more in question, I would be okay with that. But FaZe literally just steamrolled over Tempo. It was nothing short of brutality.
Okay, so getting side set, it looks like we are ready here, as we will move on to Hollywood, which is Tempo Storm's map of choice as we go forward. And it does seem like FaZe wants to run defense, so sides are set, just making sure teams are ready, making sure that Shadowburn did not fall asleep at his keyboard again. I empathize a bit, but we do have to get these sets in. Of course, thank you so much for everyone who's already tuned in. Make sure that you set your alarm so that tomorrow you can wake up at... we're starting at 5 tomorrow, right? No, 6 Eastern tomorrow.
I think it's 6 tomorrow,
yeah,
yes.
So we moved the tournament around a little bit to try to accommodate different teams. And we're going to kick it off in brackets tomorrow around 6, so another long one in tomorrow. So make sure you get your sleep and join us here. This is, of course, the Curse Alienware Monthly Melee. Thank you so much to Curse. Thank you so much to Alienware. They're the reason we can put these things on. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to teams. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to hit the start button before I run out of people to thank.
It's a good move, Hex. It's a good move. Hitting the start button. It's actually the #1 way that people get into games.
Hey, you were the lobby leader, and I said, like, hey, do you want to be lobby leader? And you bailed immediately. There wasn't even an answer.
I did bail immediately. I couldn't hit the leave button quick enough.
I was fine with it, because I'm like, at least if I'm lobby leader, then I don't have to wait for anyone to hit start, and we can actually finish this tournament tonight. So, like, I was happy to take on the mantle.
So, now, I'll be honest, given that I've seen FaZe choose attack first, there's part of me that thinks that FaZe went defense first here, on the off chance that they could get the full hold again and just end the game quicker. I don't know if that's their thinking here, but given that I have seen them take attack a lot of times, I kind of wonder. I wonder, Hex.
Yeah, it's possible. The other idea is that they just didn't want me to have to futz with switching sides, so they're like, it's fine, just hit start.
Either way, it very well might have been a thing.
All right,
sorry, guys, we get a little bit loopy. We're in like hour, what is it
like
now?
6 and a half,
7.
Yeah.
Wow, we really are losing our touch. This is play hour 7. It's like we're ready for another 7 more hours.
Yeah, it's 7 hours in.
We're getting old, man.
Yeah, I suppose.
Apparently, it was my birthday yesterday, even though it wasn't. But like, if so many people said it was, clearly, I just need to change my birthday.
That's just how time goes here. It does look like we're seeing pretty... Well, I mean, actually not the standard stuff. I see a Zen and a Genji on a defense, and this is just FaZe all over. Like, that's kind of... they're the only team I see really run Zen on, or rather Genji on defense here. It's because Shadowburn's that good at Genji.
Alrighty, so offense going to be coming out here for Tempo. I was going to say, Spo couldn't possibly be in the Hanzo, but that's not going to be a thing. He's swapping off to the Mercy. they're going to put their hopes and dreams in who else but Mangachu, #1 ranked player in North America on competitive mode.
Yeah, he just took it the other night, I think over Shorefort. They were battling on the ladder. That was definitely what was going on there, so... yeah.
They're just swapping up here. They didn't like what they were seeing, and now Mangachu's going to Ana? Alright.
Okay. Triple support, triple tank coming up. That's the offense they want to run.
They're going full NIP. So, a bit of a switch up coming up here. They wasted a lot of time for that, though. Basically a minute to read the enemy team and go in. We'll see if it works out. Nice sleep onto Reinhardt there. He's immediately woken up, though, so the effect is lost. And Shadowburn, meanwhile, all this time, almost has his ult up just from how much time has been used. Tempo's not doing a terrible job in going in, but Shadowburn picking up kill after kill. 3 kills, flooding the kill feed there towards the end. And now he's going to have Dragon Blade for the next fight, so... Tempo went with all that razzle-dazzle in the end, not quite working out. I will say this, is that part of the method in their madness for the triple tank, triple support is that it does make life a lot harder for the Genji. Dragon Blade, not the greatest against 3 tanks, and 3 supports keep things alive. So, I think they're just trying to neutralize Shadowburn a little bit, although they were going to do that. Maybe running Winston would be better.
They might not have known they were running a Zen, though, because Zen, I think, is a great counter.
Oh my goodness,
anyway.
the Earth Shatter knocking down 3. Shadowburn ripping apart the backline. I think Tempo wants to go to bed here, Hex. I don't know.
It's possible, and you know what? I'm not even faulting him for it, because I'm okay with the strategy. No one's being eliminated from the tournament tonight. It's all about seeding and things along those lines. So tomorrow we have lower brackets and upper brackets. That's what we did through the group phase today. Yeah, I mean, they're trying this triple-triple. Again, I think they did it because they didn't know the other team was running a Zen. I think Zen's great against triple-triple, and it takes a special kind of Genji to be able to do it, but he did switch onto the Reaper, did Shadowburn.
Well, we do have a no shot coming in too easy, bringing in the whole hog, trying to knock things back, ends up getting slept, but it's Zoms. First pick off of the fight on the Hui. Graviton Surge coming in though from Tempo. Tempo applying as much pressure as they can. It's still a very winnable fight. Soundbear coming out late in the fight, and this should be all they need to finish this out. Be pretty remarkable if they were able to bring it back, but here comes Factor Fiction. I don't know, man. The Nano Boost Reinhardt swinging the hammer, has 2, looking for more, picks up the 3rd. How in the world? That Tempo had such an edge going into that fight, and it all turned to ashes in their mouth, courtesy of a few Reinhardt swings and, of course,
I mean,
Anna's Nano Boost.
I'll tell you from personal experience that if you're outside of these doors that open on Hollywood, as a support, you're dead. That is where supports go to die, and they both got over there, and they both got chunked on by the Reinhardt.
Here we go. Tempo is regrouping here, coming back in. We do have a switch up from Shadowburn. No longer the Genji, now on the Reaper, just to deal with the tanks. So they did serve their purpose of getting Shadowburn off the Genji with this team comp, but Graviton Surge coming from Zoms pulls in 3. Earth Shatter finally hits. Factor Fiction knocking down 2. Still a lot of people up here for this Tempo offense, but they are getting bled down. Forsaken Discord Orb, just marking people and setting them up. Shadowburn knocking them down, and only 23 seconds remaining here, so Tempo gonna have to make a last-ditch effort here to try and focus overtime, but look at Shadowburn. This is where Shadowburn loves feasting. They don't have time to worry about their positioning. They have to run in, and Shadowburn's going to counter run in with his Death Blossom, and this is going to be miserable.
Check your corner.
Yes, here it goes. Here comes Shadowburn rolling right in. 2 kills, 3 kills. Shadowburn says good night Tempo as FaZe going to end up holding on Hollywood.
Yeah, so win condition, very simple. They just have to take first points. And you might be right that they thought their first point defense was going to be that good. I think they had their window to punish it when Genji was there. As you mentioned, Genji not very good against like triple tank, but again, I think that they did not know a Lucio was coming up, or a Zenyatta was coming up in place of Lucio for Forsaken, because you need one of the two to deal with triple tank. You need both of them to deal with it well, either Reaper or Zenyatta, because Discord, even though it was nerfed, still kind of mercs tanks, and especially at high levels when you're calling out targets. And they rolled in on it with triple tank and thinking that they were going to abuse the Genji. They did not know Forsaken was going to Discord and delete all of them.
Yeah, it was a good switch up by FaZe. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Shadowburn saying, all right, I'll get off Genji. You have the Zen marking things. It worked out really, really well. And now for Tempo, if they want to stay alive in the series, they have to do a counter full hold here. And I Just think about the momentum going into this. I don't know if Tempo is in the mindset where they're going to come out here with a crazy comeback, because everything in the series has been going FaZe's way. The just most one-sided matchup of the night. And again, it's weird because Tempo is playing quite well earlier in the day.
I mean, maybe chalk it up to being late, maybe chalk it up to whatever, but there's nothing I've seen in the last 30 minutes that makes me believe that Tempo's going to be able to dig deep and hold against this FaZe roster right now. It seems like the wind is out of their sails. I would be stunned if they hold first point here. But, you know, I'm always willing to be surprised. We'll see what they want to do. Shadowburn and Too Easy. This is the combo I love on Hollywood. You mark them with the Sonic Arrow, then you get that cheap hook around the corner, and then you win the fight because it's 6v5.
Indeed, and we'll see how this works there, but Shadowburn, of course, just one good Hanzo arrow early on could seal this game. Okay, he just threw that into there. Is that arrow actually going to hit them? That'd be a pretty... It did.
Yeah.
He's practiced that arc.
Fine games. So they do get in here, kind of the poke war does commence. Shadowburn going over top, taking that high ground away. This is where Hanzo's love to feast. No real resistance so far. Right now, FaZe is getting everything that they want.
And he getting everything one, and Zom's going down early on, so Zom's stuck in the ice prison, but here comes Shadowburn and Factor Fiction. They get 2 kills, they're bringing it right back over, and as a defense here in Hollywood, you don't want to trade out like this. This works out really well in favor of the offense, where they are going to be able to reinforce quickly. Simple geometry. The Sudoku pact is sealed between Shadowburn and Hui there, but you take a look at Too Easy. He's sitting here firmly on the point. The numbers advantage in favor of FaZe, and they are so close now to finishing out this cap. Taking the map and taking the series is Mangachu. I don't know what that was. He's like, hey guys, what's up? Immediately executed by Too Easy.
A fitting end to this, as Forsaken was the one to wreck the Mei to get the point going. And Forsaken Zenyatta was the problem for Tempo on this map. He kills both of them Too Easy with the icing on the cake. FaZe defeating Tempo in an extremely one-sided 2-0 set to end the evening.
You know, I just realized Mangachu at the end coming out as Reaper, that was basically Confused Travolta. Know your memes, guys. Confused Travolta. That's where they sort of look to the left, look to the right, immediately got bopped by Too Easy. Ay.
Well, this is Checker Corners 101. That's a tough way to win them.
The reason why those plays are so easy to predict, though, is that they didn't have time to check their corners. There's no way they could go either way and be like, all right, we're going to be careful about this, look for the Reaper. They just had to get on the point. Unfortunately, that is where a Reaper like Shadowburn will absolutely ruin your day.
Yeah, so that's it for group stages. Tomorrow we do have bracket stages. The people who struggled in groups A and B tonight will be relegated to the lower brackets. Some would call it the loser bracket, but I'm kinder than that. Our teams who succeeded well tonight will be automatically up in the top bracket. You can check all those out with exclamation point bracket or something somewhere along those lines. It's been a long night. It's only been like 7.5 hours. We'll kick it off tomorrow at 6 Eastern, ZP and I. And yeah, I think it's time to say goodnight.
It is time to say goodnight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with more of the Alienware Monthly Melee. Some great games here tonight. Hopefully more great games tomorrow. We'll see you then.